Okay. Good morning, everybody. My name's Rob, and I'm a fitness instructor here at PSP Wainwright. Today, we're going to be going through a full body circuit-style workout. Should take about 20 minutes with a 5-minute warm-up, 5-minute cool-down, so about 30 minutes all in all, and then we'll be good to go. So, with that being said, the supplies that you'll need are the same as the last few workouts with me here. Some sort of weight, whether improvised or real if you have real weights at home, some sort of mat or towel or something to put underneath yourself just for comfort during some of the exercises, and some water. So that's all you need for this full body workout here on a Tuesday morning. Before we get to it, I will say there's a disclaimer in the description of the video, so give that a read if you need to. I'm also going to read it out loud here. So in response to COVID-19, PSP is offering telefitness to Canadian Armed Forces members by using social media platforms. This telefitness class tailored to Canadian Armed Forces personnel becomes accessible to all. Prior to participating in this session and to make an informed decision on whether you should seek advice from a qualified exercise professional or healthcare provider, consult the Get Active questionnaire of the Canadian Society of Exercise Physiology and its reference document simply by clicking on the links in the description. By continuing with this telefitness class, you understand there's a possibility of physical injury and you agree to do so voluntarily at your own risk. You also assume all risk of injury and agree to release the Canadian Forces Morale and Welfare Services from any and all claims related to your participation in this telefitness class. So, that being said, we'll get right into the warm-up, making sure that, again, that you have your weight, your water, and your mat, and any music that you want to listen to playing as well, since I won't be playing any here. So, to get started, we're going to grab a drink of water first. One of the cats is, oh, there she is. That's Shaq. Everybody say hi to Shaq. And right after we get a drink of water, we're going to go straight into 10 jumping jacks here. So, in 3, 2, 1, go 10 jumping jacks. Nice and easy to start off with. And actually, we're going to change it from 10 to 20 here. So, to get to 10, just keep going. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. After your jumping jacks, straight into 10 squats. Nice and easy bodyweight squats. Nice and slow here. Same as always, keeping the back nice and straight. Knees stay above your toes, sitting the hips down and back. Take some time to get my voice warmed up here in the morning as well. Sorry if you guys heard the sump pump going off as well while I was reading that disclaimer. A little bit noisy here in the basement sometimes. And I've lost track of how many squats I'm doing, so that's just going to be 9 and 10. After the squats, bringing it down here into bird dog. So we've done bird dogs before. We're on knees and hands. Right arm reaches out at the same time as left leg reaches out as well. Keeping everything nice and straight. Holding for a second at the top here. And then bringing it back down. Switching sides. Keeping your core nice and tight. Everything in line. Not arching too much through the back here, so when you reach up, you're not arching like crazy in either direction, keeping it nice and neutral, and then back down. Just alternating sides here. Really warming up the core. This is when a towel or a mat would be nice to have underneath you. But we ran out of towels here. I don't have a yoga mat, so we're roughing it today. Bringing it up out of the bird dog. We're just going to flip it over into dead bugs. We're going to be doing these dead bugs during the actual workout, so practice them here in the warm-up. Make sure pressing your lower back down into the ground. That's going to help stabilize you. If you've got a big arch here and you can slide your hand underneath your lower back, you just want to bring it down. Press your back into the floor, because if your back is up and arched, it's going to be really hard to control what you're doing here. So press it into the floor, opposite arm, opposite leg, extend out. Move your water bottle and your weight out of the way. and then bring it back to the top. Left arm, right leg. Hold for a second, and back up to the top. This is one of my favorite core exercises. I find it really, if you're doing it properly, which hopefully you are, hopefully I've been explaining it well, but if you're doing it properly, you can really, really get good activation in the core and a lot of focus on moving your limbs kind of independently of one another, but while you're doing that, stabilizing your core and keeping everything nice and locked down. So we're going to go a couple more times per side here. Not looking for any specific numbers of reps, just kind of working on activating that core first before we get into the actual workout. So we'll go one more on each side. And there we go. And we're going to bring it up, flip it back over once again, going into push-ups. You can do regular push-ups, you can do knee push-ups, elevated push-ups if you like, where your hands are up on like a big chair or on your couch or something that's not going to move while you're doing the push-ups. It'll take a little bit of stress out of your chest here and make it a little bit easier if push-ups are a little difficult. So hands underneath shoulders, up into a high plank. And from here, all we're going to do, lower our chest down towards the ground until your elbows reach about your shoulder blades, same level, and then press it back up. Sometimes it's easier to imagine that when you press back up, you're screwing your hands outwards. I don't know, it's a good cue for me. We're just going to go through 5 push-ups here. Screw your hands into the floor as you press back up. I think that was 6 or 7 actually, but we'll live with that. That's not a big deal. Oh man, I got a vacuum down here. Dust. Alrighty, so after that we're going to go into thread the needle. So we've done this one before, but I think it was a while ago. So from here, all we're going to do is on all fours, we're going to take right arm, put it between our left arm and our leg, touch your shoulder down to the floor if you can. If you can't touch your shoulder down, just go as low as you can and really turning, getting a lot of movement here through your upper back. And then once you're down at the bottom here, just holding for a second and then bringing it back up, reaching up towards the ceiling, holding again, trying to get as much rotation as you can through your upper back. If it's a little tight, just back off for a little bit and just wait. We're going to go through a few reps of this, so there will be time to get a bit more mobility through it as we go. So reaching through, touch the shoulder down and reach up and back down. Switching sides, going at your own pace as well. If one particular part of this feels better than another, like for example when your shoulder's down here on the floor, feel free to stay there a little bit longer than a second or two. Just working on some mobility, some range of motion, and bring it back up to the top. Alrighty, and after that one, all we're going to do is flip it around, and actually no, we're going to bring it up. We're going to bring it up, and one of the exercises we're going to be doing during the actual workout is a one-legged deadlift. So we're just going to practice a little bit of balance and a little bit of glute activation before we get into it. So starting here, all we're going to do, standing on both feet, what we're going to do is we're going to stand just on our left leg here. So all we're going to do, lift up the right ankle, the right heel, up off the floor, pick a spot on the floor to look at, and just balance here for about 5 seconds. And all we're going to do after that, switch sides. It will get more difficult here. Right now we're just working on establishing some sort of proprioception and balance, because early in the morning it might not quite be there. And from here, switch back to the left side. Again, about 5 seconds. And then over to the right side, same thing, about 5 seconds. After this, what we're going to do, bring the right leg forward this time while balancing on the left leg. And then all the way back. And then forward. Just swinging slowly. You can, again, use your arms for balance. Sometimes helps to bring the opposite arm forward and back with that leg. And we'll just do about 4 reps there. And then we're going to switch to the other side. So same thing, balancing on the right leg as you bring it back and forth. Remember to breathe, don't hold your breath. Don't hold your breath during all of this. Just keep breathing naturally. And your range of motion might be better on one side than the other as well. My range of motion is definitely better standing on my left leg and moving my right leg around, but that might be different for you. And here we're going to stand back on the right leg, or pardon me, on the left leg, maybe your right leg depending on where you started. And for this one, all we're going to do is bring the leg out to the side and then back in. We're going to do this a few times, 4 or 5 reps, squeezing through the glute of this leg that you're moving outwards. If you need to bend your knee a little bit, that's fine. If it feels a little tight when you get to the outer limit of it, that's fine too. Just bring it back in. Don't worry too much. Obviously don't go past that area where it feels a little bit tight or a little bit pinchy. Like for myself, when I get it out to the the end of my range of motion, it feels like it's pinching a little bit. So I just won't go all the way out there. I'll just bring it a little bit out, just up to that limit, and then back down before it starts to pinch too much. So again, 4 or 5 reps on this side. I think I went over on my other side, but that's fine. Whew. Keeping your balance. And we'll finish off there for the warm-up. So hopefully you guys are feeling like your heart rate's up a little bit, like your muscles are a little bit warm. Grab a drink of water. I'll explain the workout and then we'll go right into it. So for the workout today we have 5 exercises. Normally we have 6, but this one has a little bit higher proportion of exercises where we're going to be doing 10 reps on each side, so that'll take up a little bit of extra time. The exercises we're doing today: push-ups, dead bugs, one-legged deadlifts, pike push-ups, and lunges. So push-ups, everybody's done those. We did those in warm-ups as well. Pick any variation you like and go with it. Dead bugs, again, we did them in warm-up, so everybody should be pretty familiar, but I'll be cueing the entire way through as well, but that's going to be 10 per side. Olympic deadlifts. One-legged deadlifts. Sorry, I've got abbreviations here on the sides. And OL for one-legged is the same as Olympic in my mind, apparently. So one-legged deadlifts, 10 per side. We'll go over those as well because we haven't covered those in warm-up. Pike push-ups we've done in a past workout, and lunges. Everybody's pretty familiar with lunges. I'll cue through it, but that's that. So one-legged deadlifts. First we'll do pike push-ups since I'm on the floor here, but pike push-ups, we've done them before. You're going to get into a pike position, whether on the floor or using a chair or your couch. Sometimes makes it easier. I prefer using it on the chair or the couch, but I don't have them in frame here, so we'll be going straight from the floor. So pointing your head down towards the floor, you can come down into downward dog position, or you can bend your legs a little bit, whatever's more comfortable. And then from here, just bringing your head down towards the floor, tapping it gently there, and then pressing back up. So a pike push-up, basically just a push-up, focusing more on your shoulders here rather than your chest. And then the one-legged deadlift, all we're going to do there is focusing on your balance, standing on one leg or the other. Doesn't really matter, but picking one. If I'm standing on my left leg, balancing on my left leg, and take my right hand and reach it down towards the floor, bending your knee just as much as you need to kind of get down towards the floor, keeping your back nice and straight, and just reaching down towards the floor. And from here, squeezing your glute, squeezing your hamstring, bringing it back up to the top, straightening the leg. You can do this body weight if you like, reaching down, again, picking a spot on the floor to look at to help you balance, or instead of body weight, you can grab whatever weight you have here. Again, left leg, right hand, and just bringing it down, tapping it in front of you on the floor, and then back up to the top. Tapping it on the floor, and back up to the top. We're going to switch legs because it'll be 10 per side, obviously, during the actual workout. And that's that. if you guys do have any questions, post them down in the comments. Some of my colleagues will be there answering questions if you guys need help. So if you have any, post them there. Let's see if we have anything here. Oh, good morning, morning everybody. So with that said, we'll get right into the workout. We have push-ups, dead bugs, one-legged deadlifts, pike push-ups, and lunges. So 10 reps of everything, 10 per side on the one-sided exercises, 3 rounds, should be about 20 minutes, and we'll be good to go. So grab one last drink of water before we get into it. Keep your weight handy if you want to use it. I'm going to do this first round just as body weight, but if you want to bring in your weight for this first round, absolutely feel free. Challenge yourself as much as you need to. So we're going to start here with push-ups, 10 reps. After push-ups, we're going to flip over into dead bugs. Starting in 3, 2, 1, and go. So lowering your chest down towards the ground, and then pressing straight back up. Again, imagining you're in a high plank, keeping your body straight from head to toe, or from head to knees, or wherever your points of contact are. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. After you've done your push-ups, flipping over into dead bugs. So from here, right arm, left leg, reaching out, pausing 1 second at the bottom, bringing it back up. Switching sides, pausing 1 second at the bottom, bring it back up. Press that lower back into the floor. Stay nice and stable. That's 4 total. We're doing 10 per side, so we want 20 total. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're halfway there. Keep it going. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. After we finish the dead bugs, bringing it up into our one-legged deadlift. I'm going to start with my left leg here. So standing on the left leg, reaching the right leg down, tap the floor, bring it back up to the top. Really squeeze your glute here on the side that you're working on. That'll help keep you stable, as well as being the primary mover for this exercise. Keep your balance as best you can. If it's a little too difficult here, what you can do when you're doing the deadlift is when you're reaching this leg back, just keep it along the floor. Just reach it back, tap the floor, bring it back up. Just slide it along the floor. Don't actually use it to support yourself, but just slide it there for support in case you need it. Pretty sure that's more than 10, so we're going to switch sides. And going onto the right side here. Pick a spot on the floor, use it to help you balance. Use your arm to help you balance as well. Hopefully I'm in frame here pretty well. Not bad. That's a difficult one, so if your balance is not quite there, again, just use that tip, keeping that foot along the floor, and just slide it back, but not supporting yourself with it, just using this leg as the mover. So that'll be 10, I think, and we're going to go into pike push-ups. Pike push-ups, like I showed you before, head down, tap to the floor, press back up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And after pike push-ups, coming into our lunges to finish off this round, after which we'll have a 1 to 2 minute rest. And you can alternate sides here with the lunges, or you can do them all on one side first, and then switch afterwards. It's up to you. 5. We're doing 10 per side, so 20 total. That's 6 total. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And if forward lunges hurt your knees, go into reverse lunges. So instead of lunging forward, just step it back. Without hitting the wall, step it back, bring it back up. Thinking that 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Grab a drink of water. We've got a minute or two rest before going into the next round. Whew. Hopefully everybody's feeling pretty good. I know it's early on a Tuesday morning, so we might not have that many people watching live, but if you're watching it after the fact, hope that first round was good for you. During the second round, or even the third one, feel free, again, challenge yourself, grab your weight if you want it. If you don't like it with the weight, just do a body weight. Any sort of modifications you need to make the workout effective for you, absolutely go ahead and do it. You've got nobody looking over your shoulder telling you what to do, how to challenge yourself, so take that responsibility upon yourself and make it as hard as you need to make the workout effective. I'm just giving you guys a framework of sort of a structure of how I want you guys to do things, but make it as hard or as easy as you like, depending on the day. So we're going to take a couple more drinks here before getting right back into it, starting with push-ups again. So 15 more seconds. Again, grab your weight, have it handy if you want for the one-legged deadlifts and the lunges. I'll use mine this time around. I did body weight just in the first round. Again, this is just a bottle of detergent. You can use anything that you like, really, as long as it's got a little bit of weight to it, so it can challenge you a bit more. So getting ready, down into the push-up position, starting from a high plank. So make sure before you even get started, core is engaged, quads, glutes are engaged to help you squeeze. Your core is a lot more than just your abs. It's also the tops of your legs, of your glutes. So here we go. Squeeze the abs, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the quads. And we get up into the high plank. And from here, lower down, press back up. 10 reps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. After the push-ups, we're going to flip it over into dead bugs. Opposite arm, opposite leg, reaching out. 20 total, 10 per side. 2, 3, 4, 5. Squeeze the core. Press that lower back down. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Whew. After our dead bugs, bring it back up. Grabbing your weight if you like, or just doing body weight. And we're going into our one-legged deadlifts. Pick a spot on the floor to help you balance, and bring it down. Squeeze the glute, and back up. Down, squeeze the glute, back up. 2, 3, 4. We're doing 10 per side. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10. Switch sides. Oh, I get counting and I just zone right out there. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and last rep, 10. Whew. So after our one-legged deadlifts, coming into pike push-ups. So downward dog, you can do knees bent, knees straight, whatever you prefer. 10 reps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And after that, coming into our lunges. Grab the weight again if you like. And straighten the lunges, 10 per side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Halfway there. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So again, 1 to 2 minutes of rest, grab a drink of water. We've got another cat behind the camera. It's Finn this time. We might have both cats make a cameo today. So, once again, hopefully everybody's feeling good. We got one more round to go. Oh, he's coming in. Now he's hanging out just off camera. Camera shy today. So, one more round to go. There he is. Say hi to Finn, everybody. Just catching our breath a little bit here between rounds. And then we'll get on to the last one here. Hopefully, the one-legged deadlifts and the lunges both help you out with balance a little bit, get you concentrating on feeling kind of how your body's moving. Working on one side at a time is really good for that. Working unilaterally, really, really good for that. And sort of finding any imbalances between one side or the other. A lot of people are a lot stronger on one side than the other, have better balance on one side compared to the other, so maybe today you kind of feel that and identify that and see that maybe, hey, my right side is a little bit weaker balance-wise or strength-wise than the left, and you can kind of do some work to address that as well. Working on lunges and one-legged deadlifts and kind of getting them up to a point where they're equal. One last drink of water. We'll get back into it in about 10 to 15 seconds. Whew, going for our last round here. Keep your weight close if you want to use it. If not, body weight is just fine. You pick how you want to do this. So, starting in push-ups from a high plank, squeeze the core, squeeze the quads, squeeze the glutes, get it all engaged. A couple deep breaths. Whew, there we go. Alrighty. Press the hands into the floor, shoulder blades down and back. Slide them into your back pockets. And press it up. Here we go. Push-ups, 10 reps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Flipping it over, going into dead bugs. 10 per side, 20 total. Press the back into the floor. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Halfway there, keep it up. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Whew, bringing it up, going into our one-legged deadlifts. Grab the weight, or body weight, whatever you prefer, and go. This is 1, and 2, 3, keeping the back straight, glute engaged, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch sides. Making sure you're in frame. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. After the one-legged deadlifts, coming into bike push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Last exercise, coming into our lunges here. 10 per side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Keep going, we got 20 total. 10 more to go. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, keeping your balance, 18, 19, last one, here we go, 20. Whew. Good job, everybody. Really well done. Grab a drink of water. Keep walking around a little bit. Don't sit down right away. You want to keep your heart rate a little bit higher. Let it gradually come down. Same thing with your blood pressure. Let it gradually come down rather than stopping suddenly and all of a sudden your heart rate and your blood pressure both drop really suddenly and you get lightheaded, dizzy, maybe you see some stars. You don't want that. So keep it moving, just walk around a little bit. Alrighty. Hopefully everybody got a good workout there. We're just going to take a minute, cool down slightly, grab some drinks of water, and then we'll go into some stretching just to finish off. Do a little bit of a cool down, about 5 minutes. So walk it around for 10 seconds more, and then we'll bring it back, get into our cool down. So for our cool down, starting off, as we usually do with floor sweepers here, I really like this kind of sequence of stretches after a good workout. So floor sweepers here, one leg that's forward is going to be straight, the other leg that's behind is going to be bent to the knee, and just come forward a little bit, let the arms hang as if you're sweeping the floor with your hands, holding for about 5 seconds, and then switch sides. Again, say this every week, but make sure your back stays relatively straight. You don't want to be rounding forward, reaching down towards the ground. Keep it relatively straight. One leg bent, one leg straight. And then switch sides. We're going to go one more time per side. Hopefully feeling this stretch in the back of your straight leg. If you're not quite feeling it there, play around with it a little bit, see what works best for you. I'm going to be feeling it kind of in the hamstring, a little bit behind the knee. Not too much in the calf, so if you're pointing your toes way up at the ceiling and you feel it in your calf, just relax your toes down a little bit. And hopefully that makes you feel a little bit more in the back of your hamstring rather than down in your calf. After that one, we're going to come into quad stretch. So, balancing on one leg is the theme of the day. Here we go. One last time, balancing. About 5 seconds per side, and switching sides, keeping the knees close together, picking a spot on the floor and looking at it. All those cues that we've been through so many times, hopefully they're just ingrained in your head now, and you don't even need me to say them to you. And switching back. There's Finn. Hey, buddy. And going to the left side. And we're going to go one more time per side here with the quad stretch. And after the quad stretch, we're going to go into a shoulder and chest stretch. So what I want you guys to do is, if you don't quite have a room here in your basement or whatever room you're in, just come down to your knees. If you're not tall enough to reach the ceiling, you can do this standing, but reaching up, your hands up above your head and reaching back, feeling the stretch kind of up here in your shoulders and down here in your lats a little bit. After that, bringing your hands out to the side, stretching them out, and bringing your hands back, trying to bring them back as far as you can, feeling that stretch in your chest, and then bringing your hands behind your back, press them down towards the floor, straighten your arms, press your hands towards the floor, bring your chest up, shoulders back, and hopefully once again, feel this stretch through the front of your chest and your shoulders. Press them down and back, chest up, shoulders back. We're going to start it over. So reaching up the top for about 3 seconds, out to the side for about 3 seconds, down behind for about 3 seconds. So up above your head, out to the side, and then hands pressing towards the floor, chest up, shoulders back, and relax. From there, we'll just bring it around, bring the leg through, and all we're going to do is go into hurdler stretch here. So 1 foot in, 1 foot out, reaching out towards your toe, touching your toes or touching your ankle or your shin, whatever you can. And we're going to hold this for 10 to 30 seconds. Longer if you feel a little bit tight there. I'm only going to do about 10 seconds here for this cool down. So if you guys feel the need to do some extra stretching, absolutely feel free. Go ahead and do that. And we'll switch sides. Actually today I'm really feeling it kind of in the front of my hips here, so we'll probably spend, or I'll probably spend a little bit of extra time in our hip flexor stretch, which we'll be doing as the last stretch here. So, same thing to you guys. If you're feeling tightness in a particular area, whether it's your quads, your hamstrings, glutes, your hip flexors, identify that if you can, identify where you're feeling tight, and then if there's a stretch that feels particularly good or you notice has a particular effect on it, absolutely keep going and keep stretching that for a little bit longer just to work on it for yourself. So here we're going to go into a groin stretch. So bringing both feet in and pressing the knees down and out, just using your legs, not using your elbows to press them out, just pulling them down with your muscles and your legs. And this one actually is feeling pretty tight for me as well, so afterwards I might spend a little bit extra time stretching. So it's as easy as that, just doing a stretch, thinking, hey, how does this feel? And kind of going from there. So listen to your body, it'll let you know what it needs. And after about 5 more seconds here, we're going to go into a glute stretch. So right foot over your left leg, and then just turn your body slightly and pull that knee a little bit towards you. Again, I've said this before in the past, but this is one that you might need to experiment with a little bit. Everybody kind of feels this stretch a little bit differently depending on their position. You might need to turn your body a little bit more, a little bit less. Using one arm and kind of turning your shoulder might feel better for you. For me, I like having both arms here, body kind of at a 45-degree angle, and that's what feels best. You can play around with where your foot position is as well in relation to your body, bringing your foot out or bringing it in. I find kind of right next to the knee is best for me, but play around with it, experiment, and see what you like. I'm going to switch sides here. And same thing on the other side. And since we did so many unilateral exercises, one-sided exercises today, you guys might be tighter on one side than the other too. So if you feel that, again, feel free to just spend more time on your left side, for example, if that's the side that's tighter, or on your right side if that's the side that's tighter. We did do a lot of one-sided exercises, so if one side's a little bit weaker than the other, the muscles might have been working a little harder there and might be a little bit tighter afterwards. And after we finish up that glute stretch, bringing it into our last stretch of the day, at least for this video, hip flexor stretch. So in a lunge with your knee down or your toe down, whatever you prefer. If you have a mat, it'll be a little bit easier on your knee, but I'm going to stand up because I don't have a mat. It's not super comfortable, so hips stay straight forward, and then getting my balance, settling into the lunge, coming forward, and really getting this angle between your torso and your back leg a little bit extended. And hips always stay straight forward, keeping that stretch right in the front of the leg here, high up in the front of that leg. And again, 10 seconds, 10 to 30 seconds. I'm going to switch sides. So same thing, knee down, toe down, whatever you prefer. Hips straight forward, settle in. And we'll go for about 5 more seconds. And that will be that. So, grab a drink of water. And thanks for watching, everybody. Really appreciate you coming out here and doing the workout. And even if you're just watching for the sake of watching and you're on your couch, appreciate that too. So, hope you enjoyed the workout, and have a good rest of your day, everybody. See you next week.